Jewel on the flyer because people don't follow that Nassim El. Here we got it.
We are back, GECV, the first show on Islington Radio. How are you doing? Absolute pleasure to have you on the platform.
Listen, I'm honored to be here. Shout out to you and shout out to Islington Radio as well. Hi.
Iron Throne, strong,
Yes.
strong jewel. It's an absolute pleasure. It really is. I mean, we've been building up to this one for a little while. It's something that I've been really looking forward to.
Like
Uh, how are you feeling today? You well?
I am well, but as you can see, I don't know. I mean, my eyes. I think it's like because obviously the pollen count and stuff. So my eyes are streaming, my nose is running, but it doesn't stop me from pushing on through. So aside that, I'm feeling great, and I'm honored to be here. We go back. So this is dope. Trust me, this is like definitely one of the best things for me this year to be on
Thank
here.
you.
Welcome.
Looking back from like humble beginnings in your childhood, what happened musically to start with? What was the catalyst?
Oh my goodness. You know what it was? It was really like, my parents have loved music from, I remember just from a year. I think that's like, because you don't really remember, some people don't even remember back to a year old, you know what I'm saying? But I just remember music all the time in the house, like whether it was Persian music, because obviously I'm Persian Spanish music, or whether it was just normal hip hop, or what I'm saying, R&B, soul, like any um all genres. And basically what it was at 1 years old, like I could not sleep without someone singing me to sleep, or a tape cassette being on, or the radio on. So that was the catalyst for me to realize like I have this passion for music. But the crazy thing is, just fast forwarding through my life, because of certain things, how life is, right? Certain things happen, and that it wasn't really until way later in life that I put two and two together and was like, hold on a minute, right? You have this mad passion for music. Do you realize you could actually have a career in this field? But obviously, coming from a Muslim family, like my dad being Muslim, we were never told you could be anything you want to be. And when I was watching MTV and Top of the Pops and Normski, Dance Energy. Remember Normski Dance
I
Energy
really
in the
do.
UK?
Hitman and
Listen,
Her
like,
and things like that used to be on
yes,
at the same
yo,
time.
I was obsessed. Like I used to have Smash Hits magazine. Like I used to like cut out just everybody. I had everybody on the walls and that, but it just never registered that I would be able to be in that field, because, like I said, my dad wanted me to be a doctor and red tat tat. But later on in life, when my parents split, it kind of changed my perspective. And I realized one thing going through, like, certain turmoil and stuff, that the only thing that kept me grounded was music. Like, music had always been the thing that kept me sane and kept me together. So yeah, so it wasn't until like 26 when I decided, you know what, let's get it. Let's try this music thing. Let's see what's
So
gonna happen.
literally at 26, you've actually made that actual decision to pursue this as a professional, as a career.
Yeah, so I didn't, and you know what the crazy thing was? Do you remember Midnight Caller? Midnight Caller used to
Yeah.
be an American show about a
Yes.
guy on the radio. So, and like I said, every time I used to sleep, like from 1 years old all the way up, I would have to have consistent music playing. Otherwise, I'm waking up out my sleep, like, where's the music? And I used to watch that religiously, but I never thought like, oh, I thought it was cool, but I was like, oh, I'll never be a radio host. But what it was, I was at a party one time at 26, and I was I'm kind of I like, don't get me wrong, like I'm not really a party girl, but if I go, like, I'm very social, but I kind of pulled myself away to the kitchen, and someone heard me sing, and they were like, yo, you can sing, right? You got a really nice voice. I was like, really? They're like, yeah. And I was like, oh. So I remember the next day, my man, my partner who I was with, we had an argument, and I was singing in the car, and he started laughing at me, and I was like, you know what? Guess what? He said, he was like, what? I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I said, whether I stay with you or not, I'm gonna pursue music. I'm gonna sing. And he just laughed at me. He laughed in my face. And then after that, that was like the catapult for me. I ended up going to a studio, recorded something, and I couldn't, to be honest, I couldn't even believe it was me when I heard it back. I was like, hold on, is that me? Is that me? Is that me? Because I was always the girl at school, right? Always the girl at school, like when it came to hymns and stuff in assembly, as we call it. Like I'm using UK terms here, guys. I'm from the
Yeah.
UK and I'm with my UK brother, you feel me? So
Yeah.
I'm sorry to, the rest of my family in the US and stuff. But yeah, like I literally used to mime the words, because I thought I looked like a boy. I thought I sounded like a boy. Like I just didn't have any confidence in thinking like, I was anything like special or anything. So yeah, it was really how can I say it? It was really a turning point for me. Definitely at that point.
Do you recall the first thing that you actually wrote?
You know what? I actually have always written poetry. I have my mom, bless my mom, I love her to bits, my queen man, Mama Jewel. She is a fantastic writer, like poetry and prose. And when I was at school, when we used to do projects, I always used to nail it. When it came to like, writing poems and stuff like that, I always used to nail it. So, I've always been writing. But yeah, the very first things I actually record, the very first thing I really recorded, it was my song On Top. It was called On Top. And it was a project that someone gave me to do, and they were like, you know what, we want you to basically someone said, I've got this beat, I want you to record it. And they used to work for Sony, but they got depressed and they weren't working for them. It hadn't worked for them for years, and they were like, look, I got this beat. We actually met at a job hunt.
No.
Yeah, job hunt. What do you call it? Job seekers. Yes, because I moved. What it was, I was living in Reading, and I moved to Bedford. And when I was in Bedford, evidently, you know what I'm saying, I'd already stacked loads of money when I moved, but that was on the deposit for the apartment, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then I had to get work, so I went to this course. It was 6 weeks, and I met this guy, Wendell. Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace,
Oh,
man. Paradise to Wendell. And he was the one. Like he used to work for Sony Records. He got very depressed, and obviously ended up not being able to work for them. But he was on the course too, and he gave me this beat. And he was like, "Look, I want you to be the chosen artist. It's a project that they've given me funding for, because I told him I can't do anything but music." And it went from there. I wrote On Top, and I promised him. I said, when I do release it, because I intended on releasing it, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give you, you and your family are gonna get 50% of whatever that song makes. He was like, no, I don't want nothing. I said, nah. And you know what? To this day, even though I'm more on radio now, not on the music side, when that gets released, because I am looking to release it at some point, people are like, you should have released it, girl. Years have gone by, but it just, I don't know. I'm not about me. I'm more about helping other
I have
people.
heard that song as well, actually.
Yeah, and the family is definitely gonna get a surprise. They're definitely gonna, you know what I'm saying, from it makes a certain amount of money. They're gonna get a surprise, because I stick to what I say. That's one thing about me. Definitely.
When you was coming through in Luton, do you remember who the main artists that were influencing the independent scene there were?
Oh my
Outside
God.
of LOC.
So outside of LOC, shout out to LOC, man, Legends of Corners. You know what I'm saying? We kind of went separate ways, and it's been, I'm gonna keep it 100. It's been whatever, but I still always wish them well. You know me, brother. Like,
Yeah,
you know how I move. You know my heart. Like, I
yeah.
always just move away respectfully, and I just continue to do me. And at the end of the day, there's no animosity. I just move on and do what I gotta do. But yeah, shout out to them. But there was a couple actually. Oh my God, I'm trying to remember there was one guy. He was Muslim actually, and I can't remember his name. I'm sorry, I can't remember his
Oh,
name. But he was blowing up big time. Like he was getting major views and stuff. There was a number of people actually. There was definitely a number of people. But being so used to being in Reading and knowing people in London, like when I went to Bedford, it was kind of a culture shock for me, but at the same time, it was a blessing too. And to see the talent there was crazy, and it really
mm,
inspired me, and it really made me, get on top of my game on a music tip. People don't know that I performed at so many different events. Like I used to get paid to perform. Like people really look at me and don't even know this stuff, because I don't do my radio to divulge that stuff. I don't do my radio
yeah.
for me. My radio is not about me. It's about the people I bring on, and it's about improving their networks. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you came on, you've had, a number of people hit you up afterwards. That's what it's about. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Did you belong to any other crew before it was LOC?
Yes, I did. I did actually. You know what? Actually, oh my goodness! Shout out to Junction 10. Junction 10, man. Shout out to Junction 10. They're my brothers, man. But rest in peace, Parent Paradise to Deshane. Unfortunately, he was from Jamaica, and he actually got shot on returning to Jamaica, which was really sad because we were a very tight unit. I was the only sister,
I've
and
done
then
my research, man.
yeah, they're very my
Junction
brothers.
10.
Yeah, and that's funny actually, because prior to On Top, I did write a song. But what happened was when I went to the studio, it was just me recording it that day, but they were all there. Um, I did it. I took one of my girls with me, and I couldn't believe just the harmonies and the ad libs I was coming out with on this song that I wrote.
Yeah.
And it was called "Feeling You." And what happened was after we recorded it, we were playing it back, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, goosebumps!" I was like, "Oh my god, this is crazy! This is crazy!" But guess what happened? I got home. I never got a copy of it. When I got home, the whole of their computer system crashed, and we lost the song, and I never got to re-record the song or anything, because I was so upset. I was like, and then like I said, then On Top came. But yeah, so shout out to Junction 10, because but I had a great time with them. We performed only conscious music, so there was no cursing or anything like that, and it was all about upliftment, talking about real life issues, just like hip hop. If you take it back to the classic hip hop era, it's
Yeah.
about expressing ourselves. It's about relieving the pains that we feel, the joys, everything. It's expression, right?
Yeah, the art of
And that's what
storytelling
it
at its
was.
best.
Yeah, and that's what it was like. And we were performing at schools. It was amazing, yo. And we still, you know what? Shout out to Junction 10, because regardless of the fact we all went separate ways, we still have all our music on YouTube. Unfortunately, with LOC, I don't know what happened, but someone
Yeah,
obviously got a
Junction 10
beat.
still on there, man.
Yeah, Junction 10 is on there, but LOC got a beat in their bonnet when I came to America. So I don't know, guys. You shouldn't have got rid of it though, because we was killing it. That's what I'm gonna say.
Before we talk about your current situation with I'm From Radio, if the opportunity presented itself for you to go back into performing full time, would
Hmm.
you take it?
Yes, I would. I would take it in a hot minute, because one thing about me, I might not be the best vocalist. I might not be the best performer, even though I am comfortable on stage. I might not be the best dancer, even though I actually started in music as a dancer years and years ago. When I was at school actually.
Don't
Um,
play yourself down. I've seen you sing. I've seen you perform more than once. So go
Thank
ahead.
you. Thank you. But yeah, I would. I definitely would. I definitely would, because it's something that it just, I don't know. It just takes me to another level. I love it, and I feel that's why I resonate so much with independent artists. Period. And also the fact of doing it myself. I remember there wasn't a lot of support for me, and it was hard. It was really, really hard. So that's why obviously I decided to transition into the radio aspect of things.
I know you're super busy, but do you find any time to still be writing?
You know what? You know what? I'm glad you asked me that. I actually don't, but when I go through certain things, because life is still life, right? It doesn't matter
Yep.
who we are, what people see. There's stuff that we go through that people don't know about. I can literally write a whole song, especially if I'm going through something, within under 5 minutes. I can write a whole song, and I mean a whole song, like a proper song. Like that's one thing with me that I don't tell a lot of people, because I don't want to. I'm definitely humble. I don't want to, blow my own trumpet. But when it comes to it, I have that natural ability to produce. I really, really do. But it's like I don't. I think sometimes if I overthink it, because I remember with On Top, I kind of overthought it too much. And that's when I got writer's block. But with me, I just have to put on the beat, or maybe not even a beat, just put those feelings down, get that pen, and guess what? My hand is going. And I'm just like, boo, 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 and it comes out. So, yeah.
Quick fire round. You ready?
Huh?
Quick fire round. Are you ready?
Oh my goodness, get it. Let's go. I don't know, but hey, it is what it is. Let's go.
Classic East Coast breakbeat or West Coast G Funk?
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Tough one, that, isn't it?
That's a tough one. Why would you do that to me? That's so tough. Oh my god. Man, that's too tough. I can't. I gotta pass. I can't believe you did that to me without me having pre-warning, because there's so many too. I'm just like I don't know.
Oh.
It's too many, and I got asked the other day like about my top favorites, and I felt so bad afterwards, because I'm like, man, did I? I mean, yes, I love them, but then I love them, and I didn't say them, and I'm just like, that's like, you know what? I can't. There's too many. There's too many. I can't. Can't
Alicia
answer.
Keys or Mary J. Blige?
Oh my lord! Yo, me and you is gonna fall out, Brody. I swear. Like, why would you come at me like that, though? Lord have mercy. You know what I'm gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to go with MJ, only because Alicia, I love you. It was because MJ was here before you. That's it.
Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion?
Oh my god. Cardi B. Cause you know why? don't shout out to Meg though. Meg, you know, I'm feeling you, but Cardi B, because I might not agree with her lyrical content sometimes.
Yep.
You know, same with Megan. I don't agree with the lyrical content, but Megan's hustle is crazy, and the fact that she still continued her studies. And then Cardi, I love that I don't give a F attitude. Like, I don't give a monkeys. I'm gonna do me, whether you like it or lump it. You know, and she got genuine heart.
Lauryn Hill or Beyonce?
Oh Lord mercy. You are killing me right now. You're killing me. Oh my Lord. I gotta go. I love B, but I gotta go with Lauryn Hill. I gotta go with Lauryn Hill.
Agreed.
Lauryn Hill. I mean, that's my mom's favorite too, so.
Her album regularly comes up. Her first album comes regularly as the best album ever.
Facts.
Eve or Gwen Stefani?
Oh! Yeah, I swear, bruh, hold up a minute, yeah. Have you been doing your research on my favorites? Because it's like, you are really, like, everybody you freaking picking is, like, my favorites, like, on my list.
And then putting them right next to each other.
Lord have mercy. Oh boy, I gotta go with Eve. I love you, Gwen, though. Like, I love you, Gwen, but I gotta go with Eve. But who's that girl? La 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 la. Yeah, gotta go with Eve.
Queen Latifah or Missy Elliott?
Oh Lord.
Classics.
Yo, excuse me, can someone just take me out now, please? Because I'm feeling crazy. Yo, Lord. Yo, can I do like a tiebreaker on this? Can I do a tiebreaker, please? I should have done a tiebreaker on all of them, really, but I feel like that's cheating a little bit. You gotta kind of, you know what I'm saying?
That's gonna be difficult for you. Who would you say is your, not independent, signed as well, your top 3 female artists then out of the people I've just pulled?
Lauryn Hill. Oh my God, I can't do a top 3 though. Missy, Eve, but then I love Alicia and I love. So it's hard. Like, I hate doing that top 3s because, you know, Alicia Keys is there still, Beyonce is there, but I'm gonna go with them 3 first though. You know,
top three male right now in your opinion?
Top 3 male right now in the industry?
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna let myself down a little bit on this one because I concentrate so much on independent that I'm not so much.
Go with that if you want.
Huh?
Go with top 3 independent.
That's hard too though, because it's like I got so many, you know what I'm saying, top independent artists that rock out with me and who I rock with. Like, you know what? Let me do industry right now. Let me do industry right now. Oh man, you know what? I just can't. I can't do it. It's too hard. Even independent, it's too hard. Let me see. Independent. Oh my God. C-Mos, New Gang City. I'm telling you, rapper.
Love C-Mos.
I told him already, and it's real rap. Nathan Zola. I gotta get him on your show. He's from the Netherlands, bro. Oh my God, Nathan Zola. Like, people, please check him out, man. He's up and coming. If you ain't heard, you better tap in. And then, oh my goodness, Javante Quirkshaw from New York. Oh my Gideon, he is
really.
But then there's Tayshaun Blanding from Virginia. Oh my God.
Yeah, no, Tayshaun, another fantastic artist.
The list goes on and on and on and on. So you know what? I'm not gonna do a top 3. I'm just not gonna do a top 3 because this is too many. And just like with the industry right now, like I said, I don't feel it's fair for me to do a top 3 because I'm not really au fait with everyone's names. Like, I know.
Yeah, I struggle with that.
You get me?
Yeah. Past or present, one artist that you wish you could perform with?
Past or present, one I would wish to perform with. I gotta do Lauryn Hill. Definitely.
What's the best album in your opinion then?
Oh my goodness. I love 1 second, sorry. Yeah, I love, actually, you know what? I'm trying to remember. I'm really useless when it comes to the names. I love the one that you mentioned. I've forgotten it already, but I love the one that you mentioned. And the one with oh my God,
Life
what's
and
it called?
Times.
No. Miseducation of
Lauryn Hill.
Yeah, Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Yeah.
What's the first?
Yeah, go on.
Sorry. Sorry,
No,
go
I
on.
was gonna say that was like on repeat in my house, like consistently. So yeah, it has to be that one. Mhm.
What was the first record or album you ever bought? Mine was White Lines. I must have been
White
about nine,
lies
8 or
going through
9.
is that one there?
I had like the awful, the now what I call music one actually, one and two, when I must have been about 7 or something. But in terms of me going and choosing my own music, I think it had to be White Lines, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I'm trying to think first album bought. Well, I know a lot of my initially. I gotta be real. I did work in a record company. Like I had YT training. 16 years old in a record store, but I didn't buy the albums. Like I used to get my tape cassette and record them and say, "Can I borrow this and listen to it? I'll bring it back tomorrow." Boop, record that stuff. But oh my god, like
But aren't
oh
people spoiled nowadays with what we had to do to get our music back then?
yes, you know who it was? Sade. It was Sade.
Oh, good
Sade.
album.
Yeah, yeah, it was Sade. Yeah, the very first album. I'm trying to remember the name of it, but it was because my mom had it, just like she had Lauryn Hill, and I bought the Sade one. Then I got the Lauryn Hill, and then it went from there.
What's your biggest blooper live on air?
Ah, getting the damn brain freeze. Like I'm getting here. Like it's like I've done like, and I'm not even lying. Like I've done over 600 interviews, guys. Like, and not everything is recorded on YouTube because I never really used at first when I was doing interviews. I never recorded it for. So you know what I mean? It was never on social media. I just used to do it at the radio station. People used to come. They used to go live, whatever. But yeah, it definitely getting a brain freeze, and I feel like it happens as well when I get interviewed. Like like when it comes to questions about artists and stuff, like I know who I want to say, but my mind would be going blank, and I'm just like, yo, listen,
I think nowadays there's that much music out there, and the fact that we specialize in music, it's just ends up being a complete, just pull a blank.
That's what I'm saying. And the other one is as well. I don't know if you get it, but when you interview people, and I love people because my platform wouldn't be what it is without you guys. You know what I'm saying? I always say that. But like when you get some people and it's like hard to even get the questions in because I mean, and it's cool because this is what it's about. You know, your guests expressing their stories. But sometimes people, I had one person probably talk for 25 minutes and I couldn't. And you just said you just. Oh,
Yeah.
if, okay.
Smile and nod.
Yes. So, because you have a format, right? You have your questions, and you have a certain format that you want to get through. And the thing is, what happens then is, then the time kind of goes on. So it goes on from an hour to 2 hours. Like,
Yeah.
so a lot of my interviews kind of go on a lot longer sometimes because, I try and get all the questions in and let them talk at the same time.
Last question on that particular one. I'm going to flip it on you. Your desert island disc. Which 3 items would you take, and why?
Oh Lord, you gave me 3 though, Brody. I give 4. You gave me 3, but it's okay.
Well, you got 4. You got 4.
Okay, I got 4. Okay, cool. All right, boom, bada bam. Thank you, ma'am. I'm gonna definitely take. Yo, I'm gonna take DJ Shizmatic with me first and foremost because, like, I would definitely get him on my own without his phone ringing, without this getting pulled this way and that way, and I can finally pin the man down to myself. So, DJ Shizmatic, if you're listening, yes, so it'll be him. I would take my mom. I have to take my mom. I gotta take my mom. Music, but it would be probably, I would say a laptop because I can do everything. I can do my radio show. I can record. As long as you give us Wi-Fi on the island, we good. Electricity. And then the 4th thing, Fiji water, definitely Fiji water. Because obviously I don't know if your island's like mine, but we have fruit on the island, so I can exist with fruit. And if DJ Shizmatic's there, I'm sure he's gonna catch a couple of fish and all that. So yeah, we good. Yeah.
So your career hosting Nine Throw Radio. What can you say to aspiring hosts out there about how long it actually takes to build your platform?
You know what? To be honest, like initially just to build the initial starting points, it doesn't take that long. As long as you know what you're streaming from, you know what I'm saying? As long as you know like you're using Zoom, right? You use Zoom, StreamYard, OBS. As long as you know what you're streaming from and you have Restream where you can stream it to different outlets or however you want to do it. But in essence, like it takes patience. It really does take patience. I think with me being from the UK in America, it kind of it kind of built up an audience a lot quicker because I'm UK in
Yeah.
USA. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, definitely patience and I'm not gonna get into it now, but we don't have time. But you're gonna get so many naysayers. You're gonna get so many people that come along and they'll act like they're for your platform. And if you're like me, I genuinely show love and I really want to unite and unify people. But then what happens is you see all these people on your live, but as soon as you tap them into your people, you see that these people stop coming on your show, and then you see them all on each other, and then you're sitting there, you're like, well, what did I do wrong? But you didn't do anything wrong. You just need to continue to push because, a lot of the time people will act like they don't see you, but they do see you. So just
Yeah.
keep pushing, and it definitely takes patience. I would say any aspiring radio host or host period out there, just have perseverance and patience and be relentless at what you do. We all do have bad days, but you have to find the strength somewhere to push through and still show up and show out, regardless whether you have one person or if you have a million people watching you. It will definitely pay off in the end. Definitely.
I know it's hard to pull out a favorite interview, but what have been the most enjoyable, the most entertaining? Can you recall?
I would just say the most enjoyable, most entertaining have been the high energy ones. The ones with the people who I really resonate with because I feel like everything
Yeah.
for me is energy, right? So you have some people on and being a host, like you have great energy. So you can pull anything out of anyone. Even if there's someone in there like in a straight jacket, you're gonna pull something out of them, right? Just as a just as like a random example. But when you get people that genuinely feel comfortable, they open up, they have a laugh, they feel relaxed, and you can always pick up on the vibes and the energy. They have to be the best ones. They definitely do. I want to do. I definitely do want to shout out to all the independent artists and independent entities that have come on. But I also want to shout out to a lot of. I've had a lot of the classic legends on as well. And it's been really dope. It's been really, really dope. I would definitely say the energy, just the energy. When I have great energy, it's a classic interview. Definitely, it's definitely one that goes down in history based on the energy projection.
Have you been directly involved in discovering an artist that's gone on to big things?
You know what? Actually, yes. So, shout out to Savvy. So, Savvy came on my show. Shout out to Navid, my bro man Navid Shakur because he actually was on my review show one time and he sent in his this was his cousin sent his cousin's music in and literally about 8 months afterwards he got signed by Cash Money.
Oh,
Yeah, got signed by Cash
wow.
Money. So yeah. But you know what? With my platform, though, that's one thing with me. Like, I don't, I just continue to support the artists. I'm not really one. I see some other people, and that's cool. That have artists on that do go on to do big things, and then they post up about, this person came off my platform and now they're into bigger things. But to be honest, it's like it's not necessarily our platform that makes them. It's just that
No, no,
that's
no.
it.
Agreed.
They've been destined. So
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm like you. I'm just more laid back and but when I do hear about it, I'm like, oh, it's a blessing. Not because I feel like I attribute it to it. It's just a blessing that they cross my path. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah.
What other career opportunities have led on directly from Iron Throne?
Oh, okay. So, actually, even before Iron Throne, I was modeling for On the Streets magazine. I was doing
Yeah.
modest modeling, obviously, modest modeling. Um, and then I was already hosting events prior to doing the radio. So I was hosting a lot of different independent entertainment shows. Loads of them, man. Shout out to I did Air It Out Radio. I did I worked for her. I worked for the Husky Show. I worked for Philly Streets Talk. Man, the list goes on. But yeah, since doing the radio, I've had numerous hosting and judging. I've been paid to host different events, judge different shows. So I'm the official host for the R&B Unsigned Hype show that goes on in Virginia with GT Management and Sony in conjunction with IME Sony Records. I also am the official host for Surviving Philly TV, which is a new Philly reality TV series that is going to be dropping on your stations, on your TV stations, just before the summer. So yeah, it's definitely led to a lot more opportunities, definitely on the hosting side of things.
Do you see TV as your next natural step?
Yes. because I'm gonna let you guys into something. Some people know, some people don't. Next week, I will be recording my first two-hour episodes on TV. They are pre-recorded, so I have 6 guests that will be coming to the TV studios, and I have that. I have that agreement for a year, so we're gonna be pursuing
Wow.
that for a year. So yeah, we're definitely taking
Congratulations.
TV. Thank you. So yeah, it opened up TV. There you go. I forgot to even say that. See, I'm just like, yeah, it's opened up hosting, but yeah, it's opened up the TV opportunity. Yeah.
Are you still as excited now as you were in the beginning? Does music still do that for you, like
Music,
viscerally?
oh my goodness. Listen, music really does. And I'm gonna keep it transparent. Music really, really does. Like music is my best friend, okay? I don't wanna like make no one feel that type of way, but I'm gonna tell you that's my best friend. Music is my soulmate, my best friend, because I could be having a worst day and all I gotta do is listen to a certain song, independent artist or mainstream or reggae artist or something, and it just picks my vibes all the way back up. And just like with the show, I still get excited about my show. I definitely do. But some days, like I said, we have hard days, and sometimes it's hard to be in front of the camera when you're going through other stuff. But
Yeah.
I always, after I get in front of the camera and I do the interviews, I always feel like on top of the world afterwards, because I'm like, yes, we did it. It was great. You know what I mean? It's always a good vibe. So.
How do you keep reinventing yourself and constantly evolving in the game?
Reinventing myself is working behind the scenes. So I got a few things right now that I'm working on that people don't know about, just to expand me as myself as a
Yeah.
host, because I feel like there's so many people now out there doing hosting and stuff. So it's like you always have to keep the coil rolling. And another thing is as well, like, less is more. Less is more. When you find yourself doing too much, pull back. Pull back, because you don't the industry is already oversaturated, right? Like with the review shows, right? So I was the pioneer with the skip the line with the review shows. It went viral, especially when when COVID hit. So what I've done now is I pull back. You don't really see me do too many review shows, but when I pull up and do the review show, it's like, oh, whoa, okay,
We're
you know what I'm saying?
back.
Oh, she's there, yeah. So you always have to keep that. You just have to hold back something and just keep that air of mystery, and always be ready, like you said, to reinvent yourself and just add on to the things that you do. Don't just stay stagnant in doing the same thing. And it's kind of hard because I love doing interviews. So I know I'm always going to do interviews, but that's why I'm transitioning into the TV side of doing interviews as well as, doing it here. Yeah. Excuse me. Sorry. I got to blow my nose. Sorry. Yeah, I'm good, brother. Sorry. I told you my sinuses is all messed up. That's why you see me looking down, guys. I'm not being rude. It's just my eyes are stinging. Yeah.
I won't keep you very much longer. It's been an absolute
Good.
pleasure having you
I
on my
don't want to go.
platform.
You're good. I still got time. I got an interview at 8:30, but we still have like 20. Yeah, we still have 20 minutes. You good?
Is there any people out there that you actually want to draw into your show that you're actually chasing, that you're
Yes.
actively seeking right this moment?
Yes. 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 I definitely want to get Moni Love. Moni Love. I already hit her up on the inbox. Big Daddy Kane. I got
Oh,
like Moni Love, Big Daddy Kane. Oh shit. Oh my goodness. So Eve, yes, because people don't know this, but I actually know Eve's dad. I actually met Eve's dad. I've hung out with Eve's family. And it's not something you tell everyone,
no.
but definitely her. More, I would definitely say, like, no disrespect to anybody in the industry right now, because obviously I would love to interview anybody in the industry, Beyonce, anyone like that. But I'm just mentioning the people that I feel I have more of a chance of really actually getting close to and actually making it a go. Roxanne Shante,
Oh,
Rod
God,
Digger.
yeah.
I met Rod
Fantastic
Digger.
interview.
Rod Digger, definitely Lauren Hill. I mean, hello, Queen Latifah. I mean, hello. I mean, Missy Elliott. Hello. I mean, yeah. So basically, everyone we've really mentioned. Sade, yeah.
Do you ever get the opportunity to actually go out to a live show and actually be backstage, be proactive in terms of actually springing an interview on somebody? Would that be something that interests you?
I've already done that. Shout out to Era Out Radio. I interviewed very briefly. It was very briefly met Trina, took pictures of Trina, but it was not even I wouldn't even say it was a proper interview. It was just hi, bum 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 bum. So yeah, that is definitely something I want to step into. Shout out to the Vibe Shout out to the Vibe Show, 97.9 FM from New York. I don't want to say too much, but they did hit me up on something where there is a possibility they may be able to get me through with guest passes into more industry level events. So I'm praying that that's something that comes to fruition, because being in this industry the time that I've been in, a lot of people say a lot of stuff, but
Yeah.
the action is not always there, you know? So people have a lot of talk, but it's really about the walk. So that's why I try to not really say too much until it comes to fruition. But yeah, that I've had that opportunity, and I would love, that would be something I would definitely love. I've also interviewed, had the opportunity with a hypnotist, a famous hypnotist. That was back in 2016, I think. Yeah. I ended up pulling up. He was in Philly, and I got an interview out of him. It's actually on the internet. It got a lot of views and stuff like that. I haven't put it on YouTube yet. I should do. But yeah, so that's definitely something.
Is there anything within? Do you actually consider yourself now to be an influencer of sorts?
Definitely an influencer. I would definitely say an influencer over anything, especially remaining humble, keeping my feet on the ground. Definitely an influencer. There's so many people that have hit up my inbox. If I was to have been that type of person and was to screenshot everything and put it out there, people would see the magnitude of people that have said that I've influenced them, whether it was to do a review show, whether it was to do interviews, whether it was to just get on top of their game, whether it was just to be relentless at what they do, whether it was just to have a good heart and be kind to people and do what you can for people. Like, so yes, I definitely do.
Would you say then that going to the States was the making of you regarding your career musically, like with radio host wise?
I would definitely say on a radio tip. On a radio tip, yes, but not on a artist level and a promoter level. As you know, I was still doing my thing in the UK,
Yeah.
so I would definitely say on a radio tip, yeah, definitely, definitely, yeah.
Any regrets?
No regrets. Sometimes I think to myself, like, especially because I've interviewed, a couple of now famous hosts for different radios in the UK that have been on my show that are now, I mean, they were already blowing up, and I was very lucky to interview them on my platform. Talking to them, they actually said like it's way easier as a radio host to get into mainstream radio in England than it is in America, which I didn't obviously know that at the time I transitioned into America, because it's a lot harder being in America, even though I'm British, getting into the radio scene, whereas it's a lot easier in the UK, especially when you have the catalog behind you like I do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess it has in one essence, but then sometimes I think, but if I was in the UK, I'll probably be working for One Extra right now. You feel what I'm saying? So there
If
is
that
that.
opportunity presented itself, would you come running back to London to be on One Extra?
You know what? One thing I will say with me, right? I'm not materialistic, but I do like nice things. But I already gave up everything to come to the States. So I had the nice car, I had the nice apartment, I had you know what I'm saying? I literally bought my clothes and I came. You know what I mean? And I
I
gave everything
recall.
else away. You
I
recall it,
recall.
right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I'm gonna say yes. If that opportunity came up, and you obviously, I do this for the love and the passion, but I wish, my biggest dream is if I could do this as my main job and know I could sustain myself and help people still financially, like my family and people beyond my family, because that's what it's about for me. It's really helping people, and I really try to do what I can with limited financial resources. So if I had that opportunity that was going to give me a magnitude of just open up my financial resources, yes, I would do it. I would definitely do it. There's nothing that would stop me. No.
Can I ask your opinion about the breaking story about Tim Westwood?
I don't know about it. Could you share it with me, please? What's happened?
The BBC and the Guardian broke a story probably yesterday afternoon that 7 women had come forward, African American women, all of them, and that he had touched them inappropriately, touched their backside, their breasts, and there was actually 2 of the artists in question were actually presented with having to give oral sex or have oral sex against their wishes. I thought, I mean, let's be honest, he is a little bit of a dinosaur. I mean, I thought, those days were kind of going to be drifting away from us, and this has come as a shock. And obviously, he stepped away from radio, which is right and proper. He
Right.
should face charges, right?
He definitely should. You know what? Listen, you know, Tim Westwood, when you are into hip hop and you're into the music scene as we have been from growing up in the UK and stuff, even people out here, Tim Westwood is he's international. Everyone knows about Tim Westwood,
Yeah.
whatever area code you're in. You get me? But one thing I know, and I'm gonna say this publicly because it's public, he likes the old sniffity sniff of the sniff, right?
Yes,
He
he
like
does.
that, and he's always like that. But I knew that would be a problem for him. I knew that would be a problem for him. Being, just in England and being on the streets and having being close to dealers and stuff like that and seeing people take it and stuff like that. Like I already know where that can go, especially when you have that high stats. How can I say it? That high status within the industry, like he has.
He
So,
really did, didn't he? For
yeah,
a good 10 years on Radio 1 Rap Show.
and knowing what that drug does, understanding what that drug not only what it entails but what it actually does.
Obscurity
Like,
wise.
he is guilty. He's guilty. There's no question about it. And I'll be honest with you, like sometimes you could look at someone and they just have that look. I'm sorry, like
He's
sometimes
sorry,
you
he
get
is
it.
sleazy,
Sometimes you can't get it wrong. They say don't judge a book by its cover, but nah, you can just his persona, man. It's there, yeah, and that's a shame. That's a shame, and my heart goes out to those females, man, for real, because being a female in this industry, trust me, I know it's so hard for me. Being a female radio host, just doing this on my own, so I can just imagine, what they are feeling and what they had to go through enduring that, because yeah, it's crazy.
Well
And
said.
that's pretty much why I keep myself, and I've always kept myself pretty much to myself. You know that too. Yeah.
Well said.
Gotta be very careful who you let around you.
It's been an absolute pleasure. We're out of time. Do you anyone to give a shout out to?
Listen, first and foremost, my shout out goes to you, man. Listen, man. Rafael Silverstone, aka Gina Stanton, as I know you had.
Thank you.
Man, listen, you are outstanding, my bro. I am so freaking proud of you. I don't even know how to tell you how proud I am. You are doing the damn thing. And yeah, this has been an honor. And like I said to you already, it was an honor to have you on my show. And anything I can do, I got your back. I got way more artists. I know a lot of people have hit you up already. I got loads more I'm gonna, bombard you with, throw your way. And just shout out to everybody that has not only been supporting my brother, because we go back, but everyone that's been supporting Iron Frame Radio and Strong Jewel. I literally cannot do what I do without you guys. Like, I get emotional sometimes because, it is hard. It's definitely hard. And, I have a whole heap of other jobs, 9 to 5 plantation jobs that I do. So this is not, I do this out of the love. And I definitely couldn't do it without the support of not only the supporters that watch and tune in and share and repost, but also you phenomenal independent artists. So there's way too many people to shout out individually. So I'm just going to shout everybody out there that is really for me. You know who you are. I support you. I love you guys. Please continue to be relentless in your pursuits. Do not let no one tell you can't do it, man, and please do not let it affect you mentally, because that's a whole nother topic for another conversation. But trust and believe, even when you see people like this, you don't even know what's going on up here. So just take it from someone that's been through a lot, and just continue to do you, man. And anybody needs anyone, reach out to me. I may be busy, but my inbox is always open if you just need that person just to give you that little mentorship to put you on the straight again. I'm there, definitely. So yeah, just shout out to everybody.
Thank you. This is GETV signing off for Islington Radio. Take care. Thank you for your time, sister.
Thank you, my brother. Shout out to Islington Radio. Shout out to the UK, USA, everyone across the world. Love y'all.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.